Hello, viewers. Thank you for joining the live chat session. A warm welcome to all of you. Viewers, do you receive notifications for live chats? Because several viewers complaining that they don't receive any notifications. They used to receive notifications, but now they're not receiving these notifications. I am facing some problems in live chats. Live chat processing time takes an hour sometimes, not an hour, several hours. It's maybe an internal YouTube glitch. Are you receiving the live chat notifications? Most of the viewers are confirming that they are receiving the notifications. Okay. Enge song photo is saying no notification. Maybe YouTube knows that you are very complaining by nature. Just joking. Maybe you have not enabled notifications. Let me greet the participants, then two news stories for you, which I'll speak on. Samuel Faleke, first one who joined today. Nathnael Tiklemariam says, Hi Sajid, how was your day today? I'm fine. Day was fine too. Vollo says, Hi. Engisong photo, hi. Gababo Bole says, Welcome Sajid, my brother. How are you, Gababo Bole? Amano, first member who joined today is Amano. How are you, Amano? Bilal Asaya is second member joined today. Special welcome to you, Bilal. Satellite View says yes, receiving notifications. Drum says hi. Abdi Hassan, how are you doing with your family from Canada? Abdi Hassan is. How are you, Abdi Hassan? How is Canada? Evoth Empty is not receiving notifications. Amano as well. University Abraha joined too, who is the newest member. How are you, University Abraha? A says, hello, Sajid, keep up the good work. Thank you. A S joined too. S is also a member. S says, yes, but other YouTubers have complained as well. Which types of complaints are being made by the YouTubers? S. S. Gedam Baraki says, hi. Damascus is close to me, close to Pakistan. He's in Nepal. Burj Siyama here. Bilal Asaya here too. Two main topics, viewers. Ethiopia issued a statement today which should have been issued. The way US ambassador to Ethiopia spoke 48 hours ago, around 24 hours ago. It was embarrassing for Ethiopia. Ethiopia responded today. What is Ethiopia saying now? Secondly, where is Colonel Demeke Zewdu? Because a few days ago it was being rumored that he had fled the Western Zone, Humera Volga, Sagade, and back then I said that he had not fled. A confirmation came today about the location of Colonel Demeke Zewdu. Yes, we are facing some problems on YouTube these days. Viewers are not being notified. My live chat is supposed to be processed in just a few minutes, but it takes more than 14, 15 hours. When I do next video, even then the live chat is in process. And I do the next video, and immediately after that, the last night's live chat is processed. It shows on top, and the morning videos views are decreased. We are facing these problems. I have contacted the YouTube, but so far no response from them. Hi Ibrahim, I'm fine. How are you? Alex Avake, Pharmacon says shut up call. Yeah, we can call it shut up call. Liz Elias joined too from Tegarai. How are you, Liz? Let's keep the live chat short. Just two news stories. Firstly, US ambassador to Ethiopia, delivered a very uh, inappropriate speech around 24 hours ago. Shafo joined too. Welcome, Shafo. Shafo is a member too. It was as if a viceroy was lecturing the subordinate states. Arvind Masinga. By the way, this new ambassador, Arvind Masinga, has been crossing red lines. Since he took office, he has been very active, very interfering in Ethiopian internal matters. He met with church leaders too. He has been meeting all stakeholders in Ethiopia with politicians, opposition, government, etc. And what he said yesterday was definitely a violation of diplomatic decorum. I mean, US obviously we know has influence in Ethiopia, but such things are not said publicly. Yes, US can advise Ethiopian PM. US has influence over Ethiopian PM, Ethiopian government, but publicly such statements are not issued. Even those countries which are subjects, I would say, to bigger powers, they don't like such statements, which are public statements. Arvind Masinga spoke in Addis Ababa at a public gathering. Journalists were there, activists were there, and there he just lectured Ethiopia what to do. He gave a lecture to Fano, Ola, TPLF, accusing Ethiopian government of detaining those who are criticizing the government. So the statement from Ethiopian government was very expected. The Foreign Ministry of Ethiopia issued a statement today, strongly worded statement. Ethiopian government says that the advice from Arvind Masinga was unsolicited and it lacked factual, uh, it lacked facts. It was a violation of diplomatic decorum. It did not have facts. Ill informed, ill advised. These are the words used in the statement issued by Ethiopian government. This is the second time that Ethiopian government gave a shut-up call to. Lilo is saying, Sajid, today Ethio news journalists mentioned your name and asked about if, I don't know who Ethio news people are, what are they saying, what are they asking? Who is he? What did he say? A few days ago, I think earlier this month, when World Press Freedom Index was published by an organization, and Ethiopia slid 10 points from 131 to 141. We saw a statement from Western embassies, joint statement calling for release of imprisoned journalists. Back then, too, Ethiopia issued a statement criticizing the foreign embassies, including the US, UK, etc. This is the second time that Ethiopia is slamming the US. I had a video this morning about statement from UNOCHA, United Nations Office for Humanitarian Affairs in Ethiopia. And the UN said that around 3 billion were needed for humanitarian operations in Ethiopia in 2024, and only 8 to 9% of this money had been received by the UN. And more than 60% of this 8 to 9% received was given by one country, and that is US. So US is the largest supporter of Ethiopian government in terms of aid. When you receive such a large amount of aid from a country, obviously you'll have to listen to what the country is saying. I mean, if Ethiopia is really independent, it could have uh, called the ambassador, it could have expelled the ambassador, it could have given 24 hours to the ambassador to leave. No, just a statement. Ethiopia saying that we should just talk, and this is not appropriate what you said. We have good bilateral relations, we should work jointly. This is what Ethiopia said. This is not how independent nations behave. Obviously, reception of aid, being recipient of aid, makes you compromised. Your sovereignty and your integrity, independence are compromised. What Ethiopia said today will have no impact on Ethiopia-US relations. Arvind Missinga will tone down his statements a little, but you'll see then he'll return to his tone. Ethiopia will have to register a strong protest, a stronger protest. I think if you compare Ethiopia and Somalia here, you know why Katrina Liang, UN mission in charge in Somalia, had to go a few days ago. I think last week she had to go because Somalia's government was not happy with her. And she asked, she suggested that Hassan Sheikh himself should be restrained in his response to Ethiopia's Somaliland MOU. Hassan Sheikh government felt uh, angered by the statement of that UN mission chief. Somalia complained about that lady who had to go. The lady has departed. And then Somalia wrote a letter for the termination of UN critical mission. Later, it issued a new letter, a toned down version of earlier letter. But Somalia did show some diplomatic muscles. Though Somalia is more reliant on foreign assistance for its survival than Ethiopia. When it comes to the US, I don't think that any countries in this region can, they have the heart to stand up to Joe Biden government. Only one country can do that, and that is Eritrea. Isaias Afwerki is known for taking such positions. Had such statements been given in Asmara by Westerners, maybe Isaias government would have taken serious action. Though we know that the American shock affairs in Asmara was very critical of Isaias government. I think his name was Steve Walker, yes. But Eritrea tolerated him. Overall, we can sum up that Eritrea is more sensitive when it comes to statements of foreign embassies, especially Western and US embassies. China, Russia are not known for issuing such statements, talking about human rights abuses, etc., etc. Only Westerners and Americans do that. And these Americans, Westerners have double standards. I criticized, if you remember last night, I criticized the US. I said, US is blocking ceasefire resolutions at the UN Security Council for ceasefire in Gaza. US has played no role to defuse the conflict, to put an end to the conflict in Ukraine. But here, US is giving lecture to Ethiopians about how to move towards peace. So yes, These countries have their interests which they want to achieve through these statements. It's not that they love peace, they love human rights, respect for human rights, but they love to protect their rights. So nothing will happen. Basically, a face saving from Ethiopian government. Why? Because I think Arvind Masinga was crossing red lines. Maybe Ethiopia will have to tell the US government that Arvind Masinga should be reined in. I think that's it. Engasom Baraki says almost all nations in the Horn are failed except Kenya. Well, I wouldn't say that Kenya is the ideal role model for all African countries. Kenya is new US ally in this region. Kenya would be a better model if it managed to create a balance between its relations with the US and Russia, China. Let's see. So far, Kenya is emerging as main protector of US and Western interests in this region. Wallo, Alamata city is not under Tigray control. I have done several videos on that. Most other parts in southern zone under Tigray control. Lilo says, Sajid, Ethio News journalist today asked for you when, if you got news from Ethio News, asked for you to mention news source. Come on. I don't know what these journalists are reporting. I don't know. I don't watch anyone. I don't know what they're. I don't know the local language. Ethio News, Ethio Forum, Ethio 360. I don't know what they're reporting. Sometimes viewers they tell me, Sajid, this is being reported by someone. What's your take on that? I don't copy from anyone. I don't build my analysis on the news being shared by others. Sometimes, yes, all of us cover the same news stories. For example, the statement by the Ethiopian government will be covered by all news outlets. It doesn't mean that we're copying each other. No, it will be covered by all. So I don't copy anyone. Maybe sometimes our coverage of one news story makes people think that we are copying. In fact, others copy me. Why? Because they can copy me. I am in English. I'm speaking in English. They can understand a little, then they can copy. I don't understand Amharic, Afan Oromo, or etc. So I don't know what they are saying. Ola is happy with the statement of the US ambassador. Someone is saying video is buffering. Any problem with the video, with quality, with the audio? Okay, it's good now. Chief of Hamasyan said, I think it's on your side, problem on your side. Ola welcomed the statement from US government. US ambassador Fano criticized the US ambassador. Why? Because the US ambassador said that Fano was rejecting dialogue, to which Fano responded. Ethiopian government has also issued a statement critical of the US government. EPLF silent, largely silent. So majority of players is rejecting US statement, criticizing the US, you can say. Our second news story, then we'll end the live chat. Where is Demeke Zewdu? A few days ago, several viewers and some YouTubers claimed that Demeke Zewdu was not in Volcaid. Some said he had fled into Eritrea, others said he fled into another country. Some said he was back in Amhara region. Uh, People questioned me too. They sent questions about the whereabouts of Demeke Zewdu. I said he was there and his security had been enhanced, and he was having some meetings, holding some virtual meetings too. Today it was confirmed Demeke Zewdu is there. Ashate Damleo and the, did I pronounce his name right? The administrator of this western zone, Humera Volkad, his name is, I think, Ashate Damleo. And Colonel is his deputy. Colonel is there because today a meeting was held in Humera. Both the mayor and the colonel both were there. They met with local community elders, discuss the situation in Numera Volca. Colonel there, Ashate there too. It was being rumored a few days ago that maybe Colonel and Ashate would be adjusted in federal government or in Amhara regional government. And they were being offered portfolios like head of security in Amhara region, etc. But again, no confirmation. And we know that according to Tradasaverde, by the end of first week of July, issue of Volcae, Tumara Sagade, would be solved. So far, no development on the ground. Just one clash between Fano and military in Sagade. Fano was from Gondar. No clash between Demeke Zewdu led militias and Ethiopian military. Hiwot MT says he's asking who your source is, not whether you're copying. Well, Hiwot, if he's a journalist, he should never ask this question. He should never ask this question because no journalist, no reporter discloses their sources. Even sometimes courts cannot ask about the sources of journalists. Why? Because if journalists start disclosing their sources, how will they get information? I mean, all day I talk to you people, not here in live chats, but you send me emails, you contact me on WhatsApp, on Twitter, on Facebook. You give me information. Should I start disclosing your names, your identities? So this question should not have been asked by a man who is working in news media. Viewers ask such questions and we tell them that no, sources are never to be disclosed. That is how we build trust with sources, because we protect them by keeping their identity hidden. And that is how I get information. from people who are part of FANO sometimes, part of OLA, part of TDF, part of Eritrean opposition groups, pro-Eritrean government groups. Why? Because they trust me that uh, they'll always remain hidden and their identity will never be disclosed. So current Demeke Zewdu is there in Humera Volkai Sagde, in Humera. Only clash which happened so far was in Sagade between Gondar Fano and Ethiopian national. Escol, I think we talked about that in live chat a few days ago. To what is the alternative to ethnic federalism? Alternative on which all parties agree. Med Mahdi says, what's your point of view about Ethiopia Somaliland MOU? Well, I don't have any opinion about it, but I think that it's not dead. People say, Sajid, it's dead. You should not cover it. It's not dead. It's there. And progress is being made gradually, slowly, more on Somaliland side, less on Ethiopian side. Confirmation came from a British MP 2 days ago. He said a British law firm has been hired by Somaliland government to draft this agreement. If Somaliland is paying money to a British law firm for drafting the agreement, it means that some progress is being made. Is it good or bad? I don't want to talk about that because it's not my job to say if it's good for Ethiopia or not, it's good for or bad for a Somalia or not. It's up to the people, up to the government to decide what to say, how to respond to this ML. Not Volkayet. No, no, I'm not aware of any Fano activity in Volkayet. Fano, I told you that Fano only managed to enter Saga. The Saga is very close to Gondar, but very close to North Gondar. Volkayet is at a distance. I don't think that Fano from Amhara managed to reach Volkayet. Yeah, LM, that is why Bimabi sent a senior delegation to Turkey. Former Ethiopian President Tatske Selassie, the foreign minister, were there in Turkey last week, met with Erdogan too. Only problem for Ethiopia could be Turkish Navy if Turkey decides to intervene. There's Elias no update about devaluation of birr. IMF was demanding 60% devaluation, which would lead to serious price hike and problems for common man in Ethiopia. Ethiopian government agreed to devalue birr starting from 10 to 15% gradually for taking it to 30%. So the two could not agree on how much the birr should be devalued. Well, I don't know if Kiros Asfa's planned event is linked to Somaliland Independence Day, so called. But let's see what happens on Saturday. Will Kiros Asfaha be allowed to organize a program in Addis Ababa? I still doubt that. I don't think that he'll be allowed to do that in Addis Ababa. Turkey is already in Berbera and Zaylak, so MOU is BS. Adam is sleeping, maybe. Turkey is in Berbera, while Berbera is owned 50% by the UAE. UAE has been very critical of growing Turkish presence in Somalia. 32 minutes have passed. I think we should end the live chat. Two topics we covered: the statement from Ethiopian government criticizing the speech by US ambassador to Ethiopia. Secondly, Colonel Demeke Zewdu is still in Volkite. Homera, he was seen in Homera today. He delivered speech there. He was seen with the Shatta Damlio, the Volkite, Humera zone mayor, both are there. Police militia working there. The government has not been dismantled. Amhara police, Amhara militia still operating in Western zone. Thank you for joining this wonderful live chat session. It was good to be with you. I'll be back tomorrow. Stay blessed, stay safe, stay healthy. Bye bye.